Hi everyone, welcome back. Gained Cristiano Ronaldo once cost Sir Alex Ferguson £400 after the Manchester United boss bet the then young winger that he wouldn't score 15 goals over one season. In the 2005 and 06 Premier League season, Ronaldo had managed to score 9 goals in 33 appearances and also notched up 7 assists across the campaign. However, legendary tactician Sir Alex put across a challenge that the Portuguese wonderkid couldn't refuse: score 15 and win £400. By December 2006, a 21-year-old Ronaldo had already scored 13 goals, including 3 successive braces against Aston Villa, Wigan and Reading. After his brace against Villa, Ronaldo told reporters that his main ambition in the league this season was to score more and beat Ferguson. He revealed, "To beat the manager is my ambition, and I want to carry on. I want to score more goals." A goal and assist followed in United's game against Watford that they won 4-0. Then he reached the all-important 15-goal mark with another 4-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur, scoring from the spot to secure his £400 payday. Speaking to Sky Sports interviewer Jeff Shreves after the match, Ferguson jokingly said, "Penalties don't count. Oh well, I'll need to go the bank." The legendary Scotsman went on to praise Ronaldo's tenacity to be involved in every phase of the game, his natural skill and goal-scoring ability that landed him a nice little 3-figure sum. "It's fantastic. The boy has come on great. He's got the courage to want the ball," Ferguson said at the time, although he made sure to share some criticism to help keep Ronaldo grounded. "I thought he played in the early parts of the match. He was careless, but once he got more of the ball, and I think he improved because he had more of the ball. I think he's that type of player where you have to service him and get the ball to him and get him working in the game. He's not the player who plays in the fringes. He's a player who has to be involved all the time." Ronaldo went on to score 23 goals in 53 appearances for United in that season, assisting 14 times and winning the 2006-07 Premier League title with the Red Devils by a 6-point margin over second-place Chelsea. With his 17 goals in the Premier League, Ronaldo was third in the overall top goalscorer record for the season, with Didier Drogba taking home the Golden Boot with 20 goals. Blackburn Rovers' Benny McCarthy was second with 18 goals, and Wayne Rooney tied for fourth with Charlton Athletic's Mark Viduka on 14 goals. Ronaldo's goal scoring only improved from then on, with the Portuguese star scoring a whopping 42 goals in all competitions for United in the 2007-08 season in just 49 appearances. He then left United just one season later to join Real Madrid, scoring an incredible 450 goals in 9 seasons for the La Liga outfit. The Portuguese icon's total goal tally comes to an unbelievable 763 goals in 1,017 professional appearances, including 240 assists. With Ronaldo now playing his competitive football out in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr, the 39-year-old doesn't show any signs of retiring from the sport anytime soon. Hey, welcome back again. As his namesake might suggest, Hannibal Mejbri was touted to become a battle-ready general of a midfielder upon joining Manchester United in 2019. Tunisian youngster, with his recognisable head of long curled hair, made his debut in 2021 after making waves throughout the Red Devils' academy sides. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looked to have handed him his big break. Alas, United entered a footballing lull during the tenure of their legendary Norwegian deputy, and temporary spells with Michael Carrick and Ralf Rangnick at the helm saw Hannibal 21 descend back into the periphery. Erik ten Hag never entirely took to the creative player either, and Hannibal ended his United career this summer, joining Burnley. Despite such promise and the dismal state of the Red Devils' midfield, highlighted by their merciless 3-0 collapse at the hands of old rivals Liverpool, the player that Hannibal was touted to become could have offered something different to a side evidently in need of a spark. But where did his story begin? Hannibal was born and grew up in the suburbs of Paris, where he began his budding career, starring for Paris FC. European giants began to court him, but a decision was made. The star would make a sudden switch to Monaco, famous for their incubation of Kylian Mbappe. This move was no fairy tale, however, and Hannibal lasted a single year in the city-state before opening the floor to top European clubs once again, who caught wind of his disenchantment. While rumours suggest that Bayern Munich, PSG and Barcelona had earmarked the starlet, the then France U16 player eventually chose to seek pastures new after falling out of love with his profession. Snubbing other members of the European elite for Solskjaer's United. The fee was an initial £4.2 million, rising to a possible £8.2 million. Perhaps a relief for United after they paid the Monegasque side £36 million up front for Anthony Martial 4 years prior. Immediately upon arriving, the reviews for Hannibal rolled in and were positive. A training ground source reportedly told The Athletic that the attacking midfielder took the out of his teammates with his ability and was so composed for a young man. Official sources within the club soon praised him, with United Academy head Nick Cox telling the Men, "His performances have been very good. The first objective for any player that arrives from outside of the country is to settle and build relationships. That's really the only expectation we have on him at the moment. In these early phases, it's just to settle, and he's doing that nicely." With his bed nicely made in England, Hannibal set his sights on the first team, which was led by Solskjaer, the man who helped bring him to Old Trafford. His first start for the U21S came in 2020 during an EFL trophy tie against Salford City. And a year later, the first team beckoned after Hannibal was named Reserve Player of the Year. His first senior bow came against Wolves in the final Premier League game of the 2020-21 season. But 8 months later, Solskjaer was sacked, Carrick took temporary charge, and Rangnick was hired until the season's end. Solskjaer scarcely picked young Hannibal before his dismissal, relying on more senior figures to save his job, and that trend continued under both Carrick and Rangnick, the latter handing him 2 senior appearances near the season's end. Most notable of these cameos was that against Liverpool, where the youngster was praised by some including Gary Neville, but shunned by others for his fight. That resulted in a slurry of fouls and a yellow card. A month later, that fight was on show yet again, but not in the way that fans would have hoped. A training group spat involving 2 first-team players, reported to be Hannibal and Brazilian defender Alex Telles, made headlines and forced training to be called off early. This began the youngster's off-field issues, but didn't stop him from featuring in the club's final game of the season against Crystal Palace. The reign of Ten Hag then began. And although his substitute appearances inspired some to suggest Hannibal be incorporated into the Dutchman's first team, he wasn't favoured. Less than 2 months after arriving, United's new head coach sent Hannibal on loan. Birmingham City snapped up the starlets, and he hit the ground running, making 38 championship appearances and earning the club's Goal of the Season award for his only strike of the campaign. A marvellous free kick against West Brom upon his return, he was greeted by a mixed reception.